Y'all, it's your man, Abuamerican. Hey, you know what? Sometimes I just run out of ideas. I really do. I don't get any inspiration because there's weeks that people don't do stupid stuff that I can't comment on. Surprise, surprise. Anyway, I did this personality test, and it was so perfect that I figured I'd share it with you. Just a little fun thing here. I don't know if it's fun for you, but I'm going to read it to you here. Debater personality, entp-a. That's my personality type after taking this, and I'll link the 16 personality type test in the description box, and you can try it yourself. And then it gives here a quote by Thomas J. Watson: "Follow the path of the unsafe, independent thinker. Expose your ideas to the dangers of controversy." Yeah. What does that sound like? "Speak your mind in fear less the label of crackpot than the stigma of conformity. And on issues that seem important to you, stand up and be counted at any cost." I think that's very appropriate for me already. The heck? Yeah. Need to get a haircut. You know, when I cut my hair because I get like dry skin real easy. And just some information there for you. Okay, so the debater personality type is the ultimate devil's advocate, thriving on the process of shredding arguments and beliefs and letting the ribbons drift in the wind for all to see. Debaters don't do this because they are trying to achieve some deeper purpose or strategic goal, but for the simple reason that it's fun, and it is fun. No one loves the process of mental sparring more than debaters, as it gives them a chance to exercise their effortlessly quick wit, broad accumulated knowledge base, and capacity for connecting disparate ideas to prove their points. An odd juxtaposition arises with debaters, as they are uncompromisingly honest, but will argue tirelessly for something they don't actually believe in. That is true, I'll do that. Stepping into another's shoes to argue the truth from another perspective. Playing the devil's advocate helps people with the debater personality type not only to develop a better sense of others' reasoning, but a better understanding of opposing ideas, since debaters are the ones arguing them. This tactic shouldn't be confused with the sort of mutual understanding diplomat personalities seek. Debaters, like all analysts, personality types, are on the constant quest for knowledge, and what better way to gain it than to attack and defend an idea from every angle and every side. There are no rules here. We're trying to accomplish something. This is subheading. Taking a certain pleasure in being the underdog, debaters enjoy the mental exercise found in questioning the prevailing mode of thought, gynocentrism, feminism, making them irreplaceable in reworking existing systems or shaking things up and pushing them in clever new directions. However, they'll be miserable managing the day-to-day mechanics of actually implementing their suggestions. Debater personalities love to brainstorm and think big, but they will avoid getting caught doing the grunt work at all costs. Yeah, that's probably why I'm a procrastinator. Debaters only make up about 3% of the population, which is just right, as it lets them create original ideas and step back to let more numerous and fastidious personalities handle the logistics of implementation and maintenance. Debaters' capacity for debate can be a vexing one. While often appreciated when it's called for, it can be painfully flat when they step on others' toes by, say, openly questioning their boss in a meeting or picking apart everything their significant other says. And you know, I do this. I had an issue at work, and my boss came over and got on me and another guy that I work with, and I just cut my balls off. I was like, "Hey, whoa!" I said, "What are you saying?" He was so shocked, like, "This dude just stopped me and start arguing." It's the truth. Anyway. Picking apart the debaters and words. Okay. Vexing one, blah. Sorry, I lost the plot. Okay. This is further complicated by debaters' unyielding honesty. Unyielding honesty, as this type doesn't mince words and cares little about being seen as sensitive or compassionate. That's also correct. I don't really care how you feel. Like-minded types get along well enough with people, with the debater personality type, but more sensitive types and society in general are often conflict averse, preferring feelings, comfort, and even white lies over unpleasant truths and hard rationality. And as you can see by a lot of the comments in my comment section, people really hate to hear the truth. They'll come on, they'll curse me, they'll call me stupid, they won't debate my points and my arguments, but they will insult me. People don't like to hear the truth. And that's a truth that you should know and come to terms with. This frustrates debaters, and they find that their quarrelsome fun burns many bridges, oftentimes inadvertently. Yeah, I've done that, that's for sure. As they plow through others' thresholds for having their beliefs questioned and their feelings brushed aside. Yeah, screw your feelings. Treating others as they'd be treated, debaters have little tolerance for being coddled and dislike when people beat around the bush, especially when asking for a favor. Absolutely. Debater personality types find themselves respected for their vision, confidence, knowledge, keen sense of humor, and often struggle to utilize these qualities as the basis for deeper friendships and romantic relationships. Find themselves respected. You know, okay, yeah, you can find yourself, if you're a debater type personality, I'm just going to go through this, just talk through some of this also. Debater type personality find themselves respected for their vision. It's a small percentage of people who actually respect you for this. Your confidence, your knowledge, you find that women actually appreciate this more so than men. I mean, men do also, but it's a very small percentage of men. Women tend to find it more attractive, but then they're also very emotional. So then you get like a mixed bag of women who, some will love to hate you and some will hate to love you. So yeah, it's probably accurate. Opportunity is missed because it looks like hard work. Debaters have a longer road than most in harnessing their natural abilities. Their intellectual independence and free-form vision are tremendously valuable when they're in charge, or at least have the ear of someone who is. But getting there can take a level of following through that debaters struggle with. Like I said, I'm a procrastinator. This is absolutely correct. I'll push my ideas and concepts and whatever with my boss, man. When he asks me to do that stuff, I'm like, ain't you got like Ted over there to do that, man? Anyway, once they've secured such a position, debaters need to remember that for their ideas to come to fruition, they will always depend on others to assemble the pieces. If they spent more time winning arguments than they have building consensus, many debaters will find they simply don't have the support necessary to be successful. Now, one thing that I like to do is I like to delegate. Well, I've been in supervisory and management positions before, and I do delegate a lot. That's something I like to do because you have people who have strong talents. Why should I do stuff that someone else is stronger than me at? Just because I'm good at managing people, okay, and like they said, bringing up ideas and whatnot and the concepts. Why do I have to do the implementation if somebody else is better at the implementation than I am? There might be a specialist in that particular field. You put him to his work, Well, I can't do it all. Why would I micromanage? Of course, this makes absolute sense. I'm debating the debater. Let me stop. Playing devil's advocate so well, people with this personality type may find that the most complex and rewarding intellectual challenge is to understand a more sentimental perspective and to argue consideration and compromise alongside logical processes. Debaters you may know: Yankovic, Adam Savage, Sarah Silverman, God, Mark Twain. Yeah, I'm in the league with Mark Twain. Tom Hanks, Thomas Edison. Wouldn't he like an idea thief? Celine Dion. Who's Sacha Baron Cohen? Captain Jack Sparrow. He's not even a real person. Jim Halpert. Irene Adler. The Joker. I'm going to stop taking this serious. Tyrion Lannister. Now, if you want to go on fictional characters, I do like Tyrion Lannister. He's quite the guy. Julian Sark. Dr. Emmett Brown and Felicity Smoke. Anyway, very interesting stuff taking this personality test. Maybe you guys try it. Just a little fun, Next up, I'm going to do a book review on a book I just finished. Where is it? It's called Psychopath Test, and that's a very good book. So I'm going to do a real brief review. If you guys know any books that I can read, hit me up. I'm very interested.